Austin Stevens is a trained animal expert. He's worked with dangerous animals all his life and knows how to ensure the animal's safety and his own. Please never attempt to get too close to a wild animal yourself.
During the Vietnam War, the Viet Cong built a massive network of tunnels from where they attacked their enemy. Hot, dark passageways said to be infested with snakes and spiders.
Holy mackerel. I tell you, this is like living my worst nightmare. I am really claustrophobic. And the more I move down these tunnels, the tighter they seem to get. And they're spiraling down and down. I think I've gone down about 3 floors already. Can you believe that people lived down here? They lived and fought a war down here. It's a nightmare just to think of it.
150 miles of tunnels riddled with booby traps.
You know, some stories told that there were so many spiders down here that sometimes it actually looked like the walls were moving as if they were alive with spiders. Just look at this. This is one of the old wells they dug. They actually had their own water supply right here inside the tunnels. But what's got my attention over here is look what they had to live with. Now look at the size of this guy. Put my hand next to him. Look at that. I don't know what they are. And they scare the heck out of me.
I can relate to the people who lived down here, as I endured a similar nightmare during the 1970s when I was a soldier, 6,000 miles away in Africa.
In the Angolan War, I was sometimes sent down some of those tunnels to actually check for venomous snakes beforehand. In the case of the Vietnam War, they actually placed snakes in the tunnels in little hidden compartments ready to be tripped open to scare away the GIs. And the propaganda led them to believe that some of these snakes were so venomous they could kill them within 1 or 2 steps of being bitten. The interesting thing is that through the war, so many people have avoided these areas that there's an amazing amount of herpetofauna here now. Snakes that have been undiscovered, unidentified yet. And that's what I'm really interested in. I'd like to have a look around the jungles outside here. Let's see if I can find my way out of here.
Ever since I can remember, I've been interested in dangerous and exotic wildlife. But for the past 10 years or so, I've earned my living from photography. Traveling from my home in southern Africa to the ends of the earth to photograph some of the rarest and deadliest creatures in the world. This film is a diary of my trip from Vietnam to Cambodia, through one of the most fascinating regions in the world. Once the seat of the legendary Khmer Empire, it became the land that time forgot. Internal conflict during the latter part of the 20th century created a time capsule for animal species that once prevailed across much of Southeast Asia. Huge tracts of its forests still remain undiscovered, and that is why I'm traveling back to what once was the ancient land of the Khmer. I'm on a personal journey that I've always wanted to make. It is the first opportunity I've had to visit this land and explore its ancient forests, home of some of the most secretive and bizarre snakes anywhere in the world. Reminders of the region's glorious past are everywhere. It's a diverse and plentiful land, home to an extraordinarily resilient people, mysterious hidden temples, and some of the most fascinating reptiles on the planet, all just waiting to be discovered.
The weather's been playing havoc with my camp. It's been a lot of rain. The humidity is terrific. And the reason I've come here is because I'm looking for some of the most exotic animals on the planet. Not the biggest, not the most venomous, not the strongest animal, but the most exotic, the most unusual animal that is seldom seen, that you never see in parks. Most of them I've only read about. I haven't even seen living specimens, and I know they're found in this area. And this is an ideal place to come, and I've got a really good chance of finding something interesting. One of the snakes I'm actually hoping to encounter in this forest is the golden tree snake. This is also known as a flying snake. Now that's incredible because snakes can't fly, but there are some snakes that can glide, and this is one of them. The geckos in this forest and some of the lizards have flaps under their arms which they can spread and float from tree to tree. The golden tree snake does the same thing. It moves from one branch, a higher branch, to a lower branch, spreads out, glides its way down. People have seen this happening. I've never seen it on photograph, and I'm going to try and get that.
This snake, the flying snake, is the snake I'll focus most of my efforts upon. On my journey, I will travel from the darkest tunnels to the deepest forest, crossing massive rivers and vast lakes. There is so much here to explore and so much to discover. I've set up camp amongst the ruins of an ancient temple. Temples like this are strewn across the Cambodian countryside, carved to their immortal gods. But the Khmer civilization has long perished, and its monuments left to crumble back into the forest. This is perfect snake territory, ideal for my main quarry, the flying snake, but also home to many other snake species that I've always wanted to discover.
Got him, but he's trying to pull away and he's hooking onto a dead branch. I've got him. He's brought the stick out with him. After all that chasing, I actually got him. Isn't he gorgeous as well? This is one of the most beautiful snakes in Asia as far as I'm concerned. This is a crate, and there are about a dozen species of kraits found in Asia. Okay, it's a pretty venomous snake too. You can compare these snakes to cobras. The venom is very similar. It's a neurotoxic venom, a very powerful neurotoxic venom. Probably one drop or a couple of drops is all you need to certainly kill an adult human being. Watch that. See the movement? He's very alert. But being a powerful neurotoxic venom like this, you can expect death to occur within just a couple of hours of being bitten. Very similar to a cobra, as I say. The fangs are very tiny, right in the front of the mouth. Not something you could easily see. But to make up for those small fangs, what they do is they actually hold on to what they've bitten on. They would hold on to their prey, inject venom continuously while they're chewing and swallow down. So that makes it very dangerous if it's bitten a human being, because the snake hangs on, and the longer that snake is hanging on, the longer he will inject venom. So the first thing you do, bitten by a snake like this, is pull it off immediately. Get those fangs out of there so there's not too much venom injected. And they have this technique by which they hide their head all the time to keep their head safely tucked under the body, which I'll try and demonstrate just now. But I'd like to show you that head, and I don't know how I'm going to get hold of him over here. Let's just have a look. No, just get hold of that. Opposite. Look at that. Can't get near him. I'd love to take hold of his head. So that, there we go. Got him. Okay. Just take him down and see what happens. So we'll just see what his reaction is. I'll just let him go very quickly. First thing he does is tuck his head under his body. Just fool with him a little bit. See how he covers his head. It's actually incredible. He doesn't want to see what's going on. If I can't see, maybe they'll just go away.
And once the head is hidden under the body, the tail begins to move, mimicking and drawing the attention away from its head.
See that? His little head there. Look, he says, there's a head, bite that. Isn't that incredible? Look at that, I've got his head tucked under. He's trying to get a radar. Okay. Okay, so let me just tell you. You've been a good boy, thank you. I appreciate that. Look at him, isn't he gorgeous? Look at that. And remember, he's still a baby.